Lots of people are wondering, what's Gator Collective?
It's a team of talented athletes and passionate fans.
It's the playbook for our NIL success.
To earn compensation for our name, image, and likeness.
It's exclusive access to unforgettable moments.
This includes autographs, interviews, appearances, and more.
It's what connects Gator athletes like me.
And me.
And me.
With you.
So what are you waiting for?
Join Gator Collective today and experience Gator Nation like never before.
Gators Breakdown, because there's never a dull moment in Gator Nation.
Welcome to this episode of Gators Breakdown, brought to you by the Gator Collective. I am David Waters, host of Gators Breakdown, and bringing you something I took part in with the Gator Collective and the Twitter Spaces with Tyreak, Sapp, and Jaydon Hill. Really personal, really informative conversation we got to have with those guys. You get a preview of it right here on Gators Breakdown. For the full spaces where they answer questions from fans, even more questions from me, you can go to the Gator Collective website, gatorcollective.com. The link is in the description, by the way, and you can join there. Really good conversation with those two guys. I really enjoyed it. I really did. But that's just some of what the Gator Collective is doing. If you're a member, or if you're not a member, you can kind of get a feel. The Twitter Spaces give you a feel. And the event coming up this Friday afternoon, evening, 5 to 7. The Tailgater rooftop event at the Social at Midtown. Friday before LSU. And few of the guests you can see on the graphic right there: Colin Castleton, Kyle Lofton, Marion Jones from the basketball team, Alex Fudge there as well. Some of the Lady Gators that be there: Gator greats, D Webb, Frankie Hammond Jr., Clifford Taylor, Shannon Snell, Marcus Castro Walker, Major Wright making an appearance as well. From baseball, Kobe Halter, Wyatt Langford will be there as well. Track and field, softball, tennis, gymnastics, all of them will be there. You'll get to take pictures. You'll get to have conversations with them. As I mentioned last week, I was at the night before the Utah game, and I tell you what, it's just a whole lot of fun seeing all the interaction between us fans, the Gator greats, other Gator athletes out there. Tickets, members, if you're a Gator Collective member, $20. Non-members, $30. Kids 12 and under, $10. You don't want to miss it. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll be there. Some other podcasters will be there as well. Some other Gator Media members, I think, will make an appearance at some time. Hey, look, this gets you into the social early as well. They are opening the doors up early for this Gator Collective event, and you can even hang out. If you plan on going to the social anyway, you get in early. You get to stay for the rest of the day if you want to. So there we go. That event, it will be fun. I'll be there. Come say hey. Come say hello. Come hang out with us for a couple of hours. Should be a whole lot of fun. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to give you a preview of the last Gator Collective Spaces with Jaydon Hill and Tyreak Sapp. Jaydon, I'll start with you, man, just because of the news. But, of course, the big pick six and another interception in the game versus Missouri. But how did it feel being announced as the SEC Defensive Player of the Week?
Oh, man, it was nothing but a blessing. Like, just seeing the news and, being congratulated by all my teammates and family, it was nothing but joy. I was happy, I still am, but I'm not satisfied,
Yeah, you still half a season to go here, but glad to have you back out there on the field, of course. And take us back to the pick six one more time. I know you talked to the media after the game. What you saw? I mean, I know you mentioned it in a way goes back to prep of what you saw all week with Missouri on tape.
Yeah. So all week I was definitely in the film study, just studying film. But the night before, like that same exact play, like on third and short, they were big on getting to the sticks. Now there was a sticks type of team, and I just, I seen, as soon as I seen like the split and what he wanted to do, I had a good reroute by Ventrell. And once I read what he wanted, what he was trying to do, and my eyes went to the cue, the quarterback, and from then on, it was over with. Like I broke, and I just trusted it, and I just came up successful with the pick. But yeah, man, that was a lot of just that play. I watched that about 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I was ready for that exact play.
Hey, there we go. We know practice and film work pays off.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Hey, Tyreak, we'll get to you, man. You should have had 6 the week before versus Eastern Washington. The fumble happens and you're there to pick it up.
Oh man.
That
was a tough one.
Explain that one to us, because it was pretty interesting hearing you explain it. If they haven't heard it yet, some of our Gator fans that are in here, but there's a city and a country that goes along. The terms of that when a fumble happens.
Exactly. A fumble hits the ground. If it's city, which means bodies are around, you fall on it. And that was a country fumble that I could have scooped and scored. Me and my boy Prince, actually, who got the sack fumble, he actually reacted quick and got it and went crawling for the ball and reached out for the ball as I was scooping. He ended up we touched the ball at the same time, and then the ball spun off and took his own route. And unfortunately, they ended up getting it back. It was 4th down. It was third and long anyway, but that was just a tough one that I really, really wanted to get. I play that playback a lot of times, and I always I know those opportunities come a dime a dozen. So after that happened, I was kind of tough on myself. That was I needed that. That was something I needed right there.
Hey, at least we know it was there. We know it was there.
Exactly.
Hey, you mentioned Princely. What was it like seeing him go off that last game?
Oh man, Princely we was pushing. We need some more pressures and some more sacks from us up front, from us as a group collectively up front. And what I saw from him during the week, because we were all working hard together, but one thing specifically for him, he was just really just working his hands and we really took our time and studied these guys, especially the tackles. We were studying them, and then it got to a point in the game where what we were studying actually came to life, and he took advantage of that situation. Yeah, he had him a great week of practice, great week of preparation. Then he took that preparation to the game.
Could you guys, both of you guys, see that performance? That might have been the best performance on defense, especially given it's an SEC opponent. You guys have, had your troubles and transition in this new Patrick Toney defense, but you guys, yeah. I think probably played your best game last week.
Yeah, but it's always gonna be room for improvement with us, and I think we're gonna get better, and we're working on getting better. We just tweaking some things out, fix some things. I think we can give y'all what I know we can give y'all way more dominant performance than that. That's just the tip of the iceberg for us potentially as a defense. I know we can be better, and we are going to be better. So we just going to keep on chopping on, keep on working until we're playing collectively to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, Sapp said, I really feel like, it's a lot of room for improvement. Yeah, we had some good plays here and there, but, I feel like we're more capable with the guys we got. I feel like we're more capable of doing that,
Yes.
Every drive,
exactly.
we can really put out the pedal to the metal and, really step on people. And I feel like we see that as a group, and we just need to, capitalize on that, on the little plays, on the little things and stuff like that. It's just the little things that matter.
Exactly what Hill said.
Does that go into you guys had to be frustrated on those 3rd and longs, especially in the 4th quarter? What did you guys see from that? And just how frustrating was it? Because you guys did such a good job on 1st and 2nd down to set up those 3rd and longs. Only to see Missouri convert a 15, 18, and 22-yard 3rd downs.
First of all, I give some props to them too for actually dialing it up and actually making the play. So that was a gutsy and they actually capitalized on those. But I think just working hard to get to those working hard on those 1st, 2nd downs to get them on 3rd down. We just got to execute. But no matter the fact whether they execute or not, we always gonna have a next play mentality and we're gonna attack it from there. We always know we got to improve on those things. What are we doing wrong that is causing them to convert on 3rd down? So that's what we're really looking at. We're really focusing and harping on that so we can prevent those situations later on.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I said, I feel like, and really, I really feel like, those 3rd and longs, and that really goes back to just preparation, knowing what the team like to do, and just knowing we in the zone, but knowing your responsibility is within, that's how I feel. Like, it's, like I said before, like the little things. And what I mean by that is, like looking at the split, like, the receivers, the bunches, what they like to do. And, when they get to this look right here and just knowing, playing the pre-snap, playing it before the play even snap. Like.
I hear you there. So that was the Missouri game. Big game this week. LSU comes to town, of course. One of the biggest games of the year for Florida. One of the biggest in-conference rivals Florida has. Where does LSU rank for you guys? On the kind of the levels of whether Florida State or Georgia or whoever you face year in and year out. Where do these LSU Tigers rank for you guys? How big of a game is it in your mind?
The biggest game. They are a formidable opponent. They have weapons. They are dangerous on all cylinders. You got to come into this game ready because they're going to come in here. They're going to play hard, and they're going to feel like they have a. They're going to feel like they have a. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a tradition of beating us, and I feel like they want to uphold that. So we're gonna get up. We're gonna put on our. We're gonna bring our lunch boxes to that game, and we're gonna play a football game because we know they're gonna come to play and they're gonna put their best foot forward. So you gotta have some respect for that team, whether or not what happened last week, or the week before, or weeks before that. You gotta respect this team with the utmost to the utmost. You gotta respect these guys.
And Jaydon, before you get in right there, I mean, LSU's always known for bringing receivers, and putting those guys into the league.
Oh yeah, for sure. And and this week, it's personal. It's more so just because Coach Raymond come from that side, and we got to handle up for us and really for him too. I'm big on dominating any of my opponents, but honestly, this game is big because just the history behind it. And we just Florida, so everybody gonna come with their hardest punch regardless of the school that we face. So it's like and this week for sure. We lost to LSU the past few years, and this is like, it hurt, and I don't like losing. Like, everybody around here know that. Like, I hate it, and, I'm ready to do everything and that I can to help us win. And I honestly feel like we're prepping good. We start off good, we're prepping pretty good to come up with success.
One more,
Dave. I've got a question
on
that. The former, the connections to LSU. Has there been any discussion within the building? I know that Coach Napier kind of dismissed it during the press conference, but has there been any grumblings within the building about maybe the connection to Louisiana, the connections to LSU, or is it just something that everybody knows is there but not said?
Like, yeah, what you said the last part, you hit it on the head. Like, everybody knows it's, a little tension, but, we don't really talk about it. We just know we got to handle business,
Tyreak, one of the biggest storylines of this game is Jaydon Daniels and his legs, the LSU quarterback. Of course, no details. I know you guys are not going to spill the beans here, but how much of an emphasis has that been on practice this week? We've heard some other players talk about it. We've heard Coach Napier talk about it. But how much of an emphasis has that been in practice this week?
No, it's been a big emphasis because you have to respect this guy's leg and this guy's speed because he has great speed. He has great speed. He's not just a fast guy. He's a super fast guy. You got to respect that. You got to have a game plan where you can contain him and keep him contained and keep him from having to use his legs in extended plays. And we've experienced that and we've gotten better from it from experience. Tennessee and Hendon Hooker and his legs. So we also know we also got a feel on how to play these guys and. We also had the experience. We had the experience against a quarterback like this, so it's going to be a little different with the speed. But I think if we go in and we lock into what we need to do, and keeping this guy contained and keeping this guy from extended plays and getting extra yards, I think we can be successful in that way, in that case.
I hear you there. And Jaydon, does the responsibility in the defensive backfield, does that change for you guys too, knowing that Jaydon Daniels can make some dangerous plays with his legs? Are you guys picking in the backfield? Are you making sure that, if you turn your back in man coverage, you definitely don't want to do that too much either against a running quarterback. So what are you looking for a running quarterback as a defensive back?
Yeah, for us, plaster, meaning like, quarterback scramble, we just got to be sticky in the back end. We got to have sticky coverage, we still have responsibilities, and now, we leave it up to, Tyreak and the rest of the D-line, to keep them contained and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's all, that's how we all like tying together. It's not like if I see him scrambling, I can't just leave my man because he's going to hit my man, we just got to trust it.
Absolutely.
And that's what we've been working towards this week, getting that right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's just all about trust. I trust Jaydon and the guys in the defensive backfield to do their job, and they trust us up front, the front seven. Yep, just our front four, this front seven, just to really do our job and keep this guy contained. So I feel like he really has no worries on the back end. He just gotta, as long as he do his job and we all execute as a group, I think we can be successful.
I hear you. I got a few more, but I'll only throw a couple out. I'll let some other Gator Collective members and Twitter followers in here to ask you guys some questions. But, Jay, let's go to your injury, man. You missed last season. Even now, a setback before this season started. Was there any worry that you may not be able to play this season? And what's been your biggest adjustment so far?
Yeah. It was definitely a lot of doubt. It was said, by people that, I wasn't, expected to play this year. I took that as motivation. I took that as, fuel, and I kept that in my mental Rolodex, and I just every day, I just woke up with that on my mind. Like, they're trying to count me out. That just gave me more fuel to the fire and just to go. And every day I just kept, swinging, and that's what one of my teammates. I remember when I got hurt. D Cox, he texted me. He said, keep swinging until you there. And I just, I kept that. I took that in, and I was like, you know what, you're right. Like, just keep swinging at it, And one day, eventually, it did eventually pay off. All the hard work I put in. I'm just ready to just keep capitalizing on that and, build it from there.
What was that?
But it was definitely a lot of doubt. It was,
Yeah, man. I was here, man.
Yeah.
We were wondering, and we were giving some well wishes out there, hoping we see you on the field sometime this season, and making the play in your second game back. How was it in that locker room? Coach Napier calling you out, and making sure you get that game ball.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was an unreal feeling. Words can't even describe it. I was just happy, and just seeing all the guys happy for me. It was just great. It was a lot of love. I love this environment. Everybody just happy for one another, and yeah, that's good. That's real team.
I hear you there. Tyreak, we'll go to you, and then I'll bring some others in here. What's been your biggest adjustment? This is the most playing time you've gotten, of course, in your early part of your career. You got some position versatility, inside, outside. What's been the biggest adjustment for you as your snap count rises?
Biggest adjustment for me was just, especially like early on, just getting used to the game speed. I came in and I really harped on really just talking to those older guys and having them talk me through the game, like Cox, Dex, Dean, even Ventrell, V Mill. Man, I was talking to those guys and letting those guys walk me through and let me know. Though when I was in the game with those guys, Ventrell was great with his communication. He made sure I knew what was going on. Right now, I feel like I'm just getting to a point where I'm comfortable with the game speed and not like just comfortable, but actually I understand what's going on and I can play with a lot more anticipation.
I hear you. All right, one more. And everybody coming. This is one more for both of you. I ask everybody this one from my end. Billy Napier comes to you. You get to pick the uniform combination for the game. Jaydon, we'll start with you. What uniform combo you going with? And then Tyreak, you can jump in.
I don't know if y'all remember or not, but remember 2 years ago when we played Missouri Kobe year, the blue, it was the retro helmets. It was like the blue, white bottom. I love that combo. I don't know why. Like, and that one combo we wore against Auburn my freshman year, 2019.
So you like the throwbacks then?
Ooh, yeah, they too far. Yeah, I like the throwbacks.
What about you, Tyreak?
Well, for me, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta go icy, all white, baby.
There we go.
And we got
that's fine too. I like that too.
Hey, hell, don't we got white helmets?
Yeah,
and we got all orange too. I don't know why that's not really a thing. But all orange is nice.
All orange or all white for me, really. I'm in the kind of middle of those two, but really all white. I want to hit them icy, get icy.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I like the all white too. So, and the throwbacks. I mean, I got both those helmets on my shelves behind me for every episode. So there we go. You got I'm on your level, guys. A lot of fun with those guys right there. And I even go on further to ask them about, hey, the impact of running back Trevor Etienne. How fast were they able to see the impact the true freshman would make at the running back position? They're on the other side of the ball. Tyreak Sapp, of course, being up front, not missing any time in fall camp, up there on the defensive line. How fast was he able to see the impact Trevor Etienne was going to make? And I'll also ask the guys, what's the hardest thing about playing their position? So some really good answers, some really good feedback from those guys with them answering the questions, and even more frank questions as well to go along. You just got a small preview of it here. There's about 40 more minutes worth of conversation with those two players. I really enjoyed that one. A whole lot of fun talking to those two guys. One more time, the Gator Collective Tailgater event Friday night before LSU is going to be a fun time there. Basketball, track and field, softball, baseball, tennis, gymnastics, all represented right there at the rooftop, the social at Midtown. And then Gator greats, D Webb, Frankie Hammond Jr., Clifford Taylor, Shannon Snell, Marcus Castro Walker from the NIL side of the Florida staff right now, and Major Wright will also be there. One more time, tickets, members $20, non-members $30, kids 12 and under $10 to come hang out at the Gator Collective Tailgater event. All right, so that'll do it for this episode of Gators Breakdown, brought to you by the Gator Collective. I am David Waters. Come say hello. Come say hello Friday or Saturday at the tailgate. Big weekend as LSU rolls into town. And that'll do it for this episode. I will check you guys out on Gators Breakdown next week.